So the reason the parcel tax is a bad idea now is that the world has changed. We started the parcel tax 25 years ago in a completely different world. Enrollments in Palo Alto were increasing. Property tax revenues were flat to increasing. That was during the dot-com bust. The dot-com bust. And we needed the money. It filled the gap between...
Well, the state was flat on its back.
The state was flat on its back.
It was terrible. They was issuing IOUs instead of giving districts cash.
When I was running for the school board in 2014, I actually campaigned for a 13th elementary school because it looked to us at the time that enrollment trend was going to continue to increase.
Enrollment grew in Palo Alto for 25 consecutive years.
Right. And turned out, though, that was really just at the point when that enrollment increase was going to flatten out and then decrease. And then we are now 10 years into that enrollment decrease. So that's kind of half of the story, is that we have fewer and fewer students every year. So we just need less money. Fewer students, less money. At the same time, property tax revenues have continued to march upwards at between 5 and 7% a year. And that's compounding, obviously. We've got increasing revenues, decreasing need, and that has resulted in, as you would expect, surpluses over time. And the best way to see that surplus is to look at what's happened to our financial reserves in the district, basically the size of the district's bank account. It's gone from $25 million,
which is what it was when
you and I were on the board,
right,
to now $100 million in 6 or 7 years. And that $75 million is essentially money that the district took in the form of tax revenue, but could not spend.
It came in, you had left the board in
2022.
And it started, I think, before you left, but accelerated after you left. The money came in faster than we could figure out how to spend it.
Right.
Because property taxes kept going up and up as home values went up, and then just the inexorable 2% increase that everybody pays. Plus, we started to see enrollment drop significantly during COVID. It peaked in about 2013, 2014. It had been going down, but it dropped significantly during COVID, and that drop has continued. So students down, revenue up. All of a sudden, we had more money than we could literally figure out what to do with, and without any plan. It wasn't like we sat around and said, well, we have 25 million in the bank. It really should be more. That's not enough. More like 100. No one ever talked about it. No one ever discussed it. It just happened. And all of a sudden we woke up and we had $100 billion in the bank and really no way to use it.
Right. That $100 million is really tax revenues that the district took in but couldn't spend. In fact, if you think about it, the size of the last parcel tax was about $15 million a year.
Yes.
Right? So over 5 years, $75 million.
Yeah, that's a scary way to think about it, is like for that 5-year period, 2019 to 2024, which is exactly when the reserves skyrocketed, it was basically the entire parcel tax collected being transferred from the bank account of Palo Alto citizens into the bank account of the district. It wasn't spent on teachers or mental health or anything else that we value. It literally just went into the bank, and it's still sitting there today.